Hey, it's Chef Guy Mitchell. We're right here in New York at Eddie G's restaurant. We're going to be cooking up a storm, so stick around. We're going to be inside, and it's going to taste good because Eddie's at the helm.
Look at the sponsorship that just popped out of nowhere.
I have to take my sponsorship with me on the road.
Yeah, without a
It's
doubt.
with me in the car, so if I get pulled over, I bring this right out in front of the police. They go, where you're at? I said, hey, I'm on my way to Costille de Pinar olive oils, Holy Crab cereal,
Can't see that.
and then I also have
Nice.
our toppings right here. These are our glazes.
Can we
I'm
see the
presenting
knife
you with this,
somehow?
Ed.
Yeah, that's good.
And then this, I'm going to present Ed with this. This is a official White House Chef Tour knife that comes with the knife here, and you can see that the has a nice little case that it comes in, and you have the White House Chef logo on the knife. So we're going to present Ed with that.
Very
There
nice.
you go. Hold on to that.
I'll never use this one. Just so you know, Gunther Willem is also one of my sponsors. No, they've been on the website for a while, but they've been giving us knives for quite some time. So every show we go to that they're at, they usually give us knives.
Nice
So
to work with.
one of the ideas that I had here, just so you know, is with it being a steakhouse, is giving boning knives to every person that orders a steak.
Right.
So at the table, you'll be using a boning knife to cut your steak, so which will be real hot. It's a little smaller than this. It's about that big, but Gunther Willem makes unbelievable knives, forged steel through, and you can always tell a good knife if it has the rivets in, and then the blade goes all the way through. So
And tell them where to hold it.
pinch the knife, claw the product. You never cut your fingers. Notice I never
hold it
cut
down
them
by
before.
the handle. Always
Pinch
by
and
the middle.
claw. So you always own the knife. If you pinch a knife, it can never roll in your hand, right? So go ahead, talk
Now
about
this
your
is the Costille de Pinar olive oil from Spain, right from their, it's their farms, their country. A lot of the people that bring this olive oil into the country, the hard work that goes behind it, little huts on the hillside. They drop the olives a certain time of the year. They go on special blankets and covers. If the olive falls off the cover, they discontinue the olive. They just use the olives that fall into the blanket.
Ah,
It's a blessed thing. So it's
Where
kind
are
of
they located? North, south?
this is in south of Spain,
Is that right?
in Costille. The farm is called Costille de Pinar. But what's nice about it is extra virgin olive oil. I think, and I want to get everybody, if we have some bread in the back, Chef.
Yeah, we'll send out some bread. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want
Guys,
you-
send out some bread.
Bread!
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the way that this pours. Can you see that? And then, can you see the richness of the olive head?
Wow,
This is the best.
that's unbelievable.
Okay, so we have that. And I want you to use that, try it up here for you, give it a
Yep.
shot,
It also
okay?
comes in organic.
Wow, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
The
Virgin olive
spokesperson
oil.
is here from
Right.
the vineyard.
Oh,
Isn't that
thank you, ma'am. Are
fantastic?
you here?
Right. Are you
When
here
we come back from a
the-
commercial, we're
right.
gonna bring her up
Yeah,
here.
after commercial break. Well, we should back up. So cut that. So
Right.
end there, Ed, and then let's start over because I want to introduce. We're gonna do this 2 times. I'm gonna introduce Guy. Guy's gonna introduce me. So we're gonna do it twice. All right. Hopefully we don't bore you. If we do, you can wait outside. Hopefully the train isn't too loud. So, hey everybody, I'm Chef Eddie G from Coast to Coast Cuisine. Welcome to Chef Eddie G's Kitchen, finally, after a lot of time. Yeah,
Yes.
it is a live audience too. So, for those of you who don't know, my good friend Guy Mitchell is from the White House
Chef
tour.
tour,
Yeah,
right?
the White House Chef's Tour, we'll call it. And we're here in my kitchen, and we've been cooking all day, and he's got a bunch of products to show us. So, one you've already showed us, the
Right.
olive oil.
And this is, we have the olive oil. We also have, this is called Holy Crap cereal. It's pretty funny, but
Rated PG.
they approached me in Washington, D.C. It's a healthy, eat it in the morning, you'll feel better at night. It does what it says. It's incredible. I
Cleans
highly
you out.
recommend it for people that, oh my God, I'm having trouble. And I like Holy Crap cereal. So it comes in this a little breakfast thing in the morning. I put it right under my coffee. So try that.
See,
okay?
you're thinking that this is going to be a rated G show, didn't
Right.
you? Right. And all of a sudden, we're talking about
Holy Crap
chips.
cereal.
Right. So,
And then also I have Mary Jane. This is Mary Jane. This is another part of the Holy Crap cereal line that they put out. But when they approached me and I tried it, I put it in with yogurt, put it in with fresh berries, blueberries, and then just put a little warm water or put just cold. It's unbelievable, and it's got all the different everything that you need in your system in the morning to start. So
Getting it
we've been
going,
trying.
yeah.
There it is. Okay. And back to the olive oil. They have this is a line of balsamic vinaigrettes that are flavored. We have thyme, we have lemon, we have lime, we have all the different ones. And when you take this, I call this almost like, Ed, it's almost like the flavors, the painting flavors of food.
Right.
And what
so
I
it's
mean
like
is,
a garnish, right?
when you cook, everybody, you know, what are the main garnishes that everybody have in their refrigerator? Ketchup, mustard, okay, relish, hot dogs, whatever, mayonnaise. Well, this is kind of like something new out that we came up with, and it's vinegars, balsamic, reduced, and then added with flavors. And what they do is when you get a steak, you put the thyme right across the top of it.
Wow,
If
that's
you get a fish, you put the fish,
Why
you put
weren't
that.
we doing that all night?
Cook it.
while I
We
was
could have
here?
been doing that, okay?
I was looking for garnishes.
I know. But this is great to just try to put on top of your dishes.
Wow,
So when you
that's
get a
cool.
chance, I want
To
you to
finish,
try that.
yeah, we should have been playing with that.
Right, now we also have a tomato product. This is also a tomato product from Spain, which is great because in Spain, they grow these special, almost like a plum tomato.
Right, it's called Roth tomato. Yeah.
Peel them,
Right.
and then they saute white onions, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of basil, and then they pour the olive oil in and add the tomatoes. So if you open this jar, you'll see the olive oil
Floating on top.
floating on the top. So when I tried this, everybody, I took it, put a spoon in, and I ate the whole jar cold. It's that good. So if you want to,
And
stick
then
around.
holy crap!
And then holy crap comes after that.
Holy crap!
So it's good.
So tell us, what do we got? We got food and wine festivals that you and I do, probably
Right.
3 a year, 4 a year. Atlantic City.
Right.
We were with Paula Dean, or we
Yeah.
were with Paula Dean.
We were
last
just
week.
with Paula Dean in let's see, Fort
Philadelphia.
Washington,
Where,
Philadelphia.
where the hell were
Yeah,
we?
we loved it over there. But Paula Dean was great. They asked me to be the MC for Paul. Eddie got involved. We got this whole big thing going on down there. And we do a lot, we have a lot of fun because a lot of the chefs from New York, from Connecticut, from California, they come in and we all travel together in this group of chefs. And that's how I met Eddie many, many years ago. We became buddies, and I could see this vision that you kept putting out there and saying, I'm going to try this. And one thing about Eddie is that I like is that he's always interested in saying, listen, I got somebody I want you to talk to, and bang, I'm talking to another guy about something, a
Networking,
wine.
yeah.
We have a lot of friends throughout the industry, and that's what's good. And that's what made me come up. I said, Karen, I don't care. Let's block it. We blocked it a month ago.
Obama, I don't care.
We're not
I'm
going.
going to see Chef Eddie G.
Right.
Right.
And what I do at the White House, I train the United States White House chefs that follow the president throughout the world in the airlift division. They travel, they move when he moves. There's about 9,000 people worldwide. And the president, the vice president, Camp David, Pentagon, Air Force One, White House, everything's in what they call WACA, White House Communication Center, and they travel with him all over the world when he moves. But the chefs are Navy chefs off nuclear submarines. They have their clearance, they have their badges, and then they advance to the White House. So I'm very fortunate, and when I mean fortunate, to be able to be invited down there. And then I took another level by taking the chefs that are leaving the White House and retiring. We put them on the road, and that's called the White House Chef Tour. And we take these guys all over the country, all over the world, and do shows for people telling you funny stories about the White House. So if you stick around, I'll tell you some funny stories.
Yeah, there are a bunch. There are a bunch too. And one of the things we do too is we did this Celebrity Chefs tour, which I was involved with, and that's kind of how Guy and I clashed or got together. The two came together. So, and we met about 4 or 5 years ago. Now we do these food and wine festivals, and it's just unbelievable. The experiences, the people we meet, the people he knows, the people I know, and then we share, and we just have a blast whenever we do.
But I think with Eddie's, with Eddie's connection here in New York, this is it. He's got a strong family, mom, dad, everybody's friends. This is going to be a great place to come. I'm going to come back again. He's going to be bringing chefs back. We're going to cook. So this is kind of like an introduction type of thing.
Yeah, you were the first.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to be the
Yeah,
first, so
and-
that happened.
That's right, and plus I get $500. But anyway,
$5,000 and 6 courses.
I go, what do you want me to do? Park on the other side of the road. I go, isn't there traffic coming down? But no.
Just
This-
park there. It hasn't moved to.
No,
I
that,
check every 5 minutes.
well, I got stuff on it, the cops will see it, they won't take it. So anyway, this is what's gonna be nice about this. When we come up here again, and we're gonna do this, we might bring some of the other White House chefs and have a White House dinner here. We'll have a White House chef night. People can come in, open to the public, whatever. Don't miss out on that when we come up and do that, because we'll bring some memorabilia, stuff that we stole, stuff that was given to us. And we'll have a lot of fun.
Well, the cool thing too is that we get to have all these different sponsors that get involved. Like I said, Coca-Cola just became involved this week. Certified Angus Beef just became involved. Obviously, Valeda has been with me for 5 years. So the neat thing too is that Guy and I, with everything that we have going on, different sponsors always ask us now. They approach us. So whenever we're at these food and wine festivals, him and I are on stage. When we come off stage, people are always asking, hey, how do we get involved? So that's the cool thing that we have going on. And I think that will continue to grow. And I think that's what's going to happen, having kind of a brick and mortar place now for us to work at. Now you have a Park Avenue address.
Right, and I think that's what's gonna be nice too, is that the chefs that are in, the celebrity chefs that are in the city, there's a lot of chefs that love to come to, and I'll give you, for instance, Anthony Bourdain, he eats for nothing in the city. He just goes from one chef's place to the next. They're gonna start hanging out here. You won't be surprised to see Anthony Bourdain come in here one night, he'll sit over in the corner and Eddie will fit. That's what happens with all these guys, Guy Fieri, Robert Irvine.
Paula Dean last
yeah.
week. She said she'd be up here. So it's cool that you get all these, you know, it's nice, but they, you know, we like to eat for free, you know, we, everywhere
We
we
don't
go,
like to spend.
yeah, we don't pay
Right,
to eat.
right.
That's why whenever I say I'm going to these food and wine festivals, all I'm doing is going and eating and drinking for free.
Right.
So yeah, so it's fun. So it's a blast. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Jeff.
buddy. All right.
Hey guys,
We'll
thank
see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you.
All right.
I love this.
Yeah. That's good. More to come.
We have to talk to, what's his, I want to get those blocks, so David, I always call him Jeff, whatever his name is.
I gotta tell you this funny story while we're talking. For some of you that, because I just said to Karen, when President Bush, if you want to hear a real funny story, when President Bush was at the Waldorf Astoria, on one of the details, I was on that detail, which I was many a time, but this was a funny one. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and the president decided that he wanted something to eat. Well, I was on the 37th floor with Woody Rayburn, Chief Petty Officer Woody Rayburn, and we were getting ready to get into bed. I had my jacket on like this, I had my radio up like this, and I went to lay back like this, and all of a sudden the door rang on my door. Well, there's a code that we all carry, it's called 3711, and that means an evacuation. There's something with the president, you're out, you're going, they're moving trucks, cars to get out. So when they banged on the door, I thought it was the 3711. So I jumped up, and there was 2 Secret Service agents standing at the door like this. And the agent went like this, Sheffy. He had his sunglasses on too. He said, Sheffy, and I said, yes, sir. He said that the president wants a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. He wants a snack. He's writing a speech for the United Nations, because that's where they would talk. And all the presidents stay at the Waldorf Astoria. The building is square. So I come down the elevator, the agents are like this, 2 of them are looking at me like this, and all of a sudden we get to the bottom, and they go like this, he wants that sandwich. So I said, and I took my apprenticeship at the Waldorf Astoria in 1972. For 6 months I took my apprenticeship program there, and then, and then went to the Hilton Corporation. So I know the Waldorf Astoria very well. That's why they brought me in there to kind of help. I reached over, I grabbed the door in the kitchen, and the door wouldn't open, locked. I talked to the 2 agents, and I said, I can't get in the doors here. Why is that? Because the president's in the building? Yes, that's why. Everything is on lockdown. So the trotter, the head agent for George Bush, got on the radio, and he said to me, real clear in my radio in my ear, because everybody has radios, and he goes, Chef, you better get that sandwich, or you're going to be selling hot dogs in Columbus Circle tomorrow morning. And I went like this. We have a clip here, and we go like this. You roger that? We're going to get that right away. And I go, I need cars out front. Well, all the cars in front of the Waldorf Astoria, there's all police. It's a 2-block, I mean, you live up here, it's a 2-block radius around the president. So they go get the cars out front. So it's ATF, New York City Transit, New York City State Police, Secret Service, FBI, Presidential White House team chefs, all looking for a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
That was the most expensive bacon in the list.
Cars started going up 7th Avenue. When the cars go up 7th Avenue in the motorcades as we go quickly, the motorcycles stop the cars at the light. So it's motorcade, motorcycles. Stop the cars as you're going through each light. We're doing 60, 70 mile an hour up 7th Avenue. So Woody Raybur's in a car in front of me and he yells back to me on the radio and he goes, there's a diner up here in the 50s, maybe up high. It's New York City diner. No problem. So we pull in and everything's, when you hear me say the word lit up, all the cars are lit up. They're not blowing the sirens that loud, but it's a lot of lights. It looks like Santa Claus in a police car coming down the street. So as he pulls in, I get in the door, we come in the door like this, and as you come in the door, everybody pulls their badge. Everybody carries their identity, and you have to go like this right in front of the person. I went like this. I said, ma'am, and there's a guy behind her. Kind of looked like Mel's Diner. She looked like Flo. I went like this, ma'am, and she went, Bob, the cops are here, and kicked the door like that. And he yelled, I'm not going! I'm not going! And he started running through the restaurant and down the steps and locked himself in the refrigerator walk-in box downstairs. Now he goes like this, I'm not going! And he's screaming. So the ATF officer looks at me and Woody Rayburn and goes, he's a terrorist, we're gonna blow that door. And I go, you're gonna blow the door? I said, I'm just trying to get a sandwich. He's scared. He goes, I'm telling you, there's something the matter with him. And he was a Greek guy, you know, in the box. I'm not going! He's yelling in the box, and I'm looking in the window through the box. And I got my badge up to the thing, and I'm going like this. United States Secret Sandwich. Bacon, that. And he stops. And he opens the door goes, and I go, I need a sandwich for the President of the United States. And he goes, why didn't you tell me? I love Reagan. And I go, Reagan? Yes, President Reagan. So I got that, we all get the sandwich. He goes, take what you want. Well, that's what you got to tell Woody Rayburn. He's about 275 pounds. He said, is that a lemon meringue pie over there? He goes, yeah, I like that. So we're carrying pies and cakes. Get him in the cars. We go back to the Waldorf Astoria, up the steps, and Trotter standing behind the president. President's in his boxer shorts. And my nickname at the White House is called Sheffy. And he goes like this, Sheffy, what took you so long? This is Bush. And I go, well, Mr. President, I said the kitchen was, he goes, I know. He goes, what did you get me? I said a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich, and I also got you some crispy French fries, chef, sir. And he goes like this, let me see. So I open up and he goes, oh, that looks good. And I go, is that all, sir? He goes, Sheffy, that'll be all. So I turned like this and I went away. As soon as I turned, he said, Chef. And I turned and I said, yes, sir. He said, Reagan? And I said, yes, Mr. President. He says he was a good man. That was it. So I didn't have to sell hot dogs at Columbus Circle on 59th Street. Okay, so that's what happens when you run with the president and they get food and they want food right away. You got to get it.
Can you tell the Five Guys story one with the current president?
Five Guy, yeah. The president, everybody says, what does the president like to eat? Well, you're not going to believe this. President Obama, okay, mostly when Mrs. The Mrs. is out, he goes to Five Guys hamburgers, okay? We go in the back, he goes in the front. We take 7 cars. I go in the back with a bunch of guys. They go in the back. Now, the kids are all excited because at night, same thing, you have to bring your badge out. You go like this, listen, I'm with the United States White House Chef Secret Service Unit. We're here, the president's coming. Well, they get crazy down in D.C. because he's coming in. I go, listen, just stand there, cook the burger. If you go in the back or go to the bathroom, I have to go with you. So there's been many a time where I've been like this in the men's room, kind of like this, look at my time, look at it, wash your hands, come on out, but keep your hands out of your pockets, and we'll make the burger. So they make him a burger, the president comes in, he pays cash for it, but the one thing that a lot of people don't know, the guys that drive the limos are called carpet runners. They're ex-Navy SEALs that are drivers of the cars, SEAL Team 6. Everybody knows what do they do when they retire. They work for the president, they drive cars. But they're called carpet runners. And when you come out with that bag of, how many people have been to Five Guys? And you see the French fry bag and the grease that's on the outside of it? When you take that bag and put it in the back of a limo, a Tahoe limo or a Suburban, and put it on the seat, the grease goes all over. So as we come out carrying the French fries, they're in the cars going like this. Because they got to take it and wash that car before it goes out on the next detail of the President of the United States. So, pretty cool. Everybody, a couple other questions. People like to know, how do you cook the food on Air Force One? Well, the food at Air Force One is cooked at Andrews Air Force Base. It's done with a lot of the Navy chefs, but with the White House Secret Service food unit overseeing what they do. And you can get on another funny story. I was on Air Force One. We took off first time many years ago. They said, what do you want to eat? And I said, well, I don't know. Let me just get a hamburger. So I got a hamburger. They said, well, what else? You know, one guy said, why don't you call your dad? So I called my dad. And the operator said, Air Force One operator said, yeah, I'd call my father. And the guy goes like this, okay, I'll put you through. And she goes, sir, this is Air Force One operator. Your son, Chef Guy, wants to talk to you. So my dad's going, oh, this is great. I go, hey, Dad, I'm on Air Force One. Blah, blah, blah. Then I hung up, you know, and the operator called me back on the phone. She goes like this, Air Force One operator. I said, yeah, how can I help you? She goes, well, who else do you want to call? And I go, does everybody do that? She said about 4 or 5 times they call their relatives. Who else do you want to call? That's how much they do. But when I got my hamburger, the guy next to me had a lobster and a filet, and another guy over here had a half chicken, and one guy had a turkey platter. And so about a month later, I got a bill, because everything you have to pay for, even if I'm working there, you have to pay for everything, right? So I got a bill for like $69, and I went like this. So I called one of the POs down there at the Andrews Air Force Base, and I said, I just had a hamburger. I said it was like $69. He goes, Chef, he said, this was years ago. He said, listen, when you get on Air Force One, you don't order a hamburger, you order lobster, because everybody pitches one lump sum. Everybody on that plane said $69. He said, you got to order some heavy stuff.
Right.
Get some wine, get everything, and then everybody, they put everything in it, they divide it, who's ever on there, and that's how you pay. Now, the president has to pay. Even if he has a piece of toast, he pays for that piece of toast.
Wow.
Cup of coffee. So I don't want you to think when the president travels throughout the world that he skates. So,
That's cool story.
do you guys have any other questions?
Anybody?
Anybody?
Wow, look at the crowd.
Yeah. It's a great,
You got a crowd going on.
great crowd.
Good.
Well, we want to
Great
thank
job.
you guys. This was great. We want to wish Eddie the best here. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, it's cool.
And the only way that's going to happen is with you guys telling everybody how good the food is here. One guy tells one, they tell 5, they tell 20. People start coming in here.
Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest.
That's good.
Look at you, you're on Instagram.
I'm on it tonight. I've never been on Instagram.
We got you on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram tonight.
So we'll cut some of this, we'll put some video up, we'll see what happens.
So you guys want to take some pictures with Ed and I or
Yeah.
something? Come on
Everybody
up.
wants to play, play.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank you
Love
guys.
all
Thank
of
you.
Thank you.